Listen up, you beautiful bastards. I'm Insipid, and this is Trove. We are having one of our little chitty chats again. Oh, it's just the best. What are we talking about today? I have been watching a whole lot of YouTube. This might not surprise you. I've mentioned it before. I watch so many other YouTubers just trying to understand what they do, how they do it, and why. And that is also important in a different way. I desperately desire to understand other viewpoints. I intentionally listen to people that I disagree with. And it is exhausting sometimes. Because I so very much want to understand where they're coming from, but they and I have very different ways of describing things, and so it's very easy for me to go, I don't understand how you've come to your conclusion. I don't understand why you have that viewpoint of demographic B. And demographics are so easy to drum up and have an opinion about, because it's so easy to create an archetype or a mental image about those groups. And so this episode is very much about the idea of assumptions. And I might have mentioned this before, but I'll go ahead and mention it again. There's a little thing called heuristics. And we use heuristics every day to get the job done. Heuristics let us go, I look at this thing, and I immediately know as much information as I need to help me survive it. We're animals. At the end of the day, we're all just animals trying to get enough calories to survive to tomorrow and make sure that we have children to continue doing that thing. That is how the whole animal kingdom works. Consciousness, sapience, sentience or not, that is how it works. It's not a complicated thing, and letting it work that way and just kind of viewing things from that perspective is very, very useful to me. But I'm telling you this because that is my assumption. That is my frame of reference. We do a whole lot of very interesting things in between the lines of what I've just spoken to you, but at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to get done. And heuristics are part of that survival process. In days of yore, looking at a thing and going, that's a fucking lion. Lions are fast, they've got teeth and claws. They're way faster than me, and I better find a place to either hide or get a weapon good enough to kill it. That is my heuristics. Boom! In a split second, I've looked at a thing and figured out how to survive it. That is what they're for. Now, in a more complex social environment, heuristics have gotten a little bit weird, because they don't always serve us as well as they could, because we are much more complex creatures who are trying to survive our instincts. Heuristics tell us that when we hear the words feminist or alt-right, we immediately have a list, a litany of items about what does that word mean. Who jumps to mind when that word is said? Even I have my own heuristics that go and my brain lights the fuck up like I'm trying to go to a fucking festival full of fireworks. But you know what? That's just fine. Recognizing those immediate reactions is the healthy side of going, alright, it's cool, it's fine. Why am I thinking that? Where? It's fine. This is fine. Later, lava. It's been cool. Bombs. Where did I get these notions, these ideas of what a feminist or an alt-right individual looks like? And so what I want to emphasize here is the incredible importance of letting go of group identities when attempting to describe what you're looking at. We are a litany, a huge list, of sum of individuals. Each and every one of us desperately trying to get by to day 2, 3, 5 million. We're trying to get to tomorrow. And we're all using these nifty little heuristics to try and get there together. Sometimes, that's much, much easier if you just let go of trying to understand. I'm going to surround myself with Group A, who I agree with, and that's going to make me feel much safer because we have this a shared identity. We're safer in numbers. Good. And then B, my heuristics aren't gonna be constantly bombarded because it's work. It's hard work to survive lions. And if you have a life full of my group is safe, other groups I don't know, your heuristics are getting pinged constantly, and you're going, I'm surrounded by enemies. Gosh golly. And then, worst of all, we see one person who gets labeled as outside group member. Or at least, well, they're not part of my group. Clearly. Am I right? You look in the news. Anytime there's yes, he was a blank, blank, and blank, and blank, and he was part of such and such group. And he shot 5 children. It doesn't matter what group he was part of. He shot children. Is he in jail? Good. A crime was committed and a punishment has been allotted. Happy fucking day. Day is saved. Oh, it's good. If you go beyond that and start casting judgment on the groups that he was apparently associated with, whether or not he or she was actually associated with any of those groups, you've allowed your heuristics to build a judgment set about demographics that you aren't having direct contact with. This wasn't even your own personal experience. We are allowing ourselves then to have our heuristics manipulated by other parties, whether those other parties intended to or not. And in terms of news specifically, it's just good business. I get that. I sympathize. But being told that this business model is looking out for my best interest, go fuck yourselves. But otherwise and beyond that, at our own personal network level, we have this painfully agonizing experience of, oh, they unfriended me! Tearing at your hair, tearing at your clothes. It's the worst day ever. You feel a personal loss because someone unfriended you for bippity blank opinions. Damn it, people! We're better than this! Please! And so I'm just wanting to take a moment to have a conversation with you about the notion of heuristics, about the notion of assumptions. We have any number of topics in our lives that we apply our heuristics to, and we are letting that shape our judgment. We are letting that shape our opinions, and I believe we can do better than this. And I don't want to cast judgment. I've already done that, so fuck. No, what I was about to try and say was this. I don't want there to be any group that I've named here, besides news organizations. Because fuck those guys. See how easy it is? And on that note, I'm gonna go and just mention really quick. I am human as fuck, alright? I am full of flaws and I'm gonna be making mistakes. Keep that in mind. B, gosh, gibbity goodness, get your own opinions. I can bring up some fine points. Find your own opinions. Don't ever let me build these ideas for you. It's all of our responsibilities to find our own truths and really rigorously understand why we believe those things. That's the point I'm trying to get to. Found it. Boom. Nailed it. Oh, self-high five. Oh, I'm rocking it. With that, I think it's probably best off that I leave this right about here. And so, ever and always, I want to say thank you for joining me today. I hope that at some level this has been insightful, at least thought-provoking. And with that, I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. Take care, everybody.